What's up, guys? It's the Choppahstoppah bringing you my first narrated Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This is against my friend named Tyler, and I'll give you some personal information about me and my channel at the end of this video. So, without any further ado, let's get to the battle. Well, I'm going to start with my Latios since it's going to be the fastest guy on my team, and I definitely think he's going to start with that Starmie, and I want to get his Rapid Spinner out the way. Now, I'm running a max speed nature, and depending on what nature his Starmie is at, I'll be able to outspeed since I know I can take any one of his attacks. But unfortunately, first turn he gets a crit, and it's going to take my Latios out at the very beginning of the game. I wanted to get that Rapid Spinner out the way with the Draco, and that was my thought process behind that. I thought he would over-predict the switch to Vaporeon and go for that T-Bolt. So, already I'm down 5-6, and it's not looking good for me. I don't know what he was predicting, but he switched out and goes to a Jellicent, which completely walls my Lucario. I don't know what I was thinking setting up that early in the game. Yeah, but like they say, do not set up that early in the game because I got completely walled. Now he's going to go for that Scald. I was predicting the Will-O-Wisp. Bad move on my part because I could have gotten burned here, and I just decided to leave my Ape in as a fodder. I go for that T-Punch, expecting it to do a lot more, but it does about 40%. Kind of disappointing, but what can you do? I'm running a Jolly Nature instead of Adamant, so just to outspeed a few things. And yeah, I definitely did a disappointing amount on the Jellicent. He probably has to recover, so that's definitely gonna hurt me. And already at the beginning of the game, I'm down 4-6. This is not looking good. So I'm gonna try and change that up with my Ferrothorn. I know if he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which he does end up going for, it's not gonna really hurt like my Ferrothorn. He's not gonna really mind that too much. He does have the Power Whip, but Ferrothorn is not one of my primary attackers, so it'll be all right. I just want to get those rocks on the field. If he does end up switching out a lot, it's really gonna help me. And I definitely, since I'm down 4-6, I want to get those hazards up and win the hazard battle on the field. So right here, I'm going to go for those spikes and just to get as many hazards on the field as I can. So I get up my first layer, and I'm expecting this Braviary, I believe it's called, to go for that Brave Bird, which I see a lot of them doing. I'm just predicting this guy to be a Scarf, U-turn, Brave Bird, just a standard set, return probably on there. But he goes for that superpower. Now, I had not faced many Braviaries, but I guess I just forgot they had superpower, and he actually takes me out in one shot. Now, I'm a specially defensive Ferrothorn, but I didn't think that'd take me out, so he might be a choice band set. If anyone wants to run the damage calc, that would really help me out. We're lucky he does get that Iron Barbs damage and that -1 defense, so I'm going to be able to come in with Lucario, not get greedy and set up a Swords Dance, and just take him out with a Life Forward Extreme Speed. The reason I switched out on the Jellicent earlier is because my set is completely walled by it. I have a SD or Swords Dance, Ice Punch, Drain Punch, and Extreme Speed with the Life Orb. So, fearing this Will-O-Wisp, I'm definitely going to want to switch out. Or the Scald, either or is really going to wreck my Lucario. So I go into my Fairy, my Celebi, knowing I can take any of his attacks, or if he wants to go for the Willow, I have that natural cure ability, so I'm really not going to mind it, especially since I'm a special attacker anyway. My set on this Celebi is max HP, max defense, and yeah, I believe it's Impish, yeah, max defense, and I have Leaf Storm, Leech Seed, Psychic, and one more move I didn't get a show in this battle. So what I'm going to do here, I know he's going to predict my grass move, so I'm going to take this time to double switch on my opponent and go into that Lucario, which I know he's afraid of. Now, knowing that he definitely doesn't want to take a close combat or a Drain Punch, I'm going to go back into my Vaporeon, and while he brings out his Jellicent. Now right here, I'm definitely predicting him to overpredict and expect me to switch one more time. So that's why I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But as you'll see here in a minute, I'm gonna predict him to overpredict, and I'm gonna hit him with that toxic. Now that's very important that I hit him with this toxic because he does have access to recovery, um, and his Jellicent is a really big counter to a few pokes on my team. So I hit him with that toxic. I know he can recover, but I just want to make sure he gets that status on him and it stays on there. And unfortunately, he does hit me with the burn, which will come into play later on in the match. But I do have the Wish as a form of recovery, Wish Protect, and you'll see my other moves later. But he is going to go for that recover, knowing that I really can't touch him unless I have HP Electric, and even then, I won't be doing that much damage. So he's going to go ahead and recover up. Now I'm predicting him to switch out, but I don't know to who. I know he really can't touch me, and I can't touch him, so it's kind of a stalemate. But since he is poisoned, he's going to be taking that residual damage, and yeah, I'm just going to beat him in this Star War. So seeing that he's going to switch out, I'm thinking he might go in the Heatran since he knows I'm going to switch out. But he goes for the Energy Ball. And this really caught me off guard. I just was not predicting that. I didn't, or this is the first time I had seen an Energy Ball Jellicent. That's actually a pretty good move to have on it. If it is more offensive, but as a defensive one, I don't know, I'd put another move on there since it's not going to be doing that much damage. But as you'll see here, I didn't want to overpredict this time. I'm going to go for that Leaf Storm on the Salamence. Yeah, he is gonna intimidate me, but like I said, this Celebi is not like a Swords Dance Seed Bomb attacker. No, this is special attacking, more defensive. But I put that Leaf Storm on there as to compensate for its low special attacking stats, since it has EVs and HP and defense. So I'm going to go for that Leech Seed. Now here's important, I went for that Leech Seed. I knew I could take any one of his attacks. If it was a Bandit set, I could take it. If it was a DD set, I know I could take it. So I'm getting that HP back. And he goes for a Fire Blast. I'm like, okay, Mixed Mints. I don't think it'll take me out, but I'm just begging he doesn't have that much investment into special attack. And he doesn't, because that was also a Life Orb attack. So I'm going to hit him down to a range where Leech Seed will take him out after my Psychic. And he just really misplayed his Salamence there. I got the best of this situation. I knew he would be getting greedy and over-predicting, which he did, and it cost him his Salamence. Kind of like my Latios in the very beginning of the game. So now we're kind of even on that term, even though he did get a crit. But anyway, I'm rambling, so we're going to get back to the match. Right here, he's going to trick, expecting me to go into my Vaporeon, seeing as how I know he has that Ice Beam, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to predict him to overpredict, and I'm going to go straight for that Leaf Storm. I know I'm at -2, but a Starmie is a very frail poke. Most people just run special attack and speed, so I'm really not scared of this thing living. I'm going to go straight for that Leaf Storm at -2 and still take out the Starmie. Now at -4, this Ferrothorn is going to completely wall me. I can't Leaf Seed, I can't Leaf Storm, can't Psychic. I have to get out of there. So right now I'm going to go into my Vaporeon, as he probably set up some hazards since he doesn't have any on the field. Yeah, he goes for those Stealth Rocks. Kind of late in the game. I don't really see what else he could have done. Maybe Leech Seed, since one of my main walls does have a lot of HP, but that's what he decided to go for. So I'm gonna Wish Up. I really can't do that much to this Ferrothorn, but I want to get some HP to my other pokes that are either frail and don't want to take a hit. So leftovers burn happens, and let's see. I guess I should have sped this part up. I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Lucario, Ryu. If you're familiar with Street Fighter, you'll know why I named this guy Ryu. Anyway, he's going to set up more hazards, and I'm like, okay, that's good. My Lucario was really frail, and pretty much whatever attack you did to me, I was going to recover all my HP with Wish, so that really wasn't a problem. Now right here I go for the Drain Punch. I expected it to do more. I'm guessing he's a physically defensive Ferrothorn, as opposed to my specially defensive Ferrothorn. And look at how much damage I take. I mean, Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet, and Life Horde almost took me down to half my HP. That's crazy. But I digress. I just prefer Drain Punch over Close Combat because, as you see, Lucario is a frail poke, or as you know, rather, and he just needs that HP recovery constantly during the game. So I'm not going to overpredict here. My Ice Punch would not KO him, and I definitely didn't want him setting up a Leech Seed on me. I really don't mind the Pair Hacks too much, since I do have that extreme speed, which is going to nullify the effects of paralysis, unless I do get that Pair Hacks, which would suck. But here I'm going to go into my Celebi, which is at 70 after the spikes. But predicting him to recover, I know that I can switch in freely and dodge that potential Willow or Scald with a burn. So I believe he's actually going to go for the Scald, trying to get as much damage on me as he can. Yeah, he predicts me to overpredict, which I do. I go for that Psychic instead of the Leaf Storm. Yeah, I guess I could have taken out the Jellicent, but it's important. Note that his Curse Body kicked in, because that's gonna come into play later in the game. That he had Curse Body. Now, seeing that he has Curse Body, right now I'm gonna make a really weird play in most people's eyes. I'm gonna go into my Vaporeon. Now, I could have taken the Jellicent out. Yes, I could go into my Vaporeon right now. But I know that seeing it that he has Stealth Rocks and 2 layers of spikes on the field, I'm going to need all the HP that I can, especially after this burn, because I'm predicting him to switch out. He switches out into his Heatran, and had I not switched out that turn, I would have been forced to switch out from Celebi into my Vaporeon this turn, and I would have taken one of Heatran's attacks. And although he won't be able to one-hit KO me from this range with any of his attacks, I definitely just don't want to be taking that extra damage. So right here, I'm going to go for that Hydro Pump. Yes, that's a Hydro Pump over Surf or Scald. I do run a couple Speed EVs in this Vaporeon with some special attacking EVs, and obviously you see my max HP. But yeah, I love this Vaporeon set. It really catches people off guard. Sometimes they're expecting more defensive, so they'll bring in a little more frail pokes, and I'll just nail them with the Hydro Pump. The stab Hydro Pump from a Vaporeon is, I mean, it has a decent special attack, so it's really nothing to mess with. But I know here that I'm safe to go for this Hydro Pump. Luckily, it hits, and noted from that Curse Body earlier, he doesn't have Water Absorb, which I found kind of weird. I mean, Curse Body does have its benefits, but most people use their what am I trying to say? Most people use their Water Absorb just to get that HP recovery and to nullify all water attacks, since you do see a lot of rain teams out these days. So now I hope I can outspeed him, since I do run those speed EVs. But it looks like he still outspeeds me and goes for that Dragon Pulse. Now, here's where my play from earlier when I switched out Celebi for Vaporeon comes into play, because I live with an epic 12 HP, and that was my thought process behind it, and it worked out perfectly. So I got a little mini sweep with Vaporeon at the end there, and I promise you I'd tell you guys a little bit about myself at the end of this battle, since this is my first time uploading my battles onto YouTube. I just got motivated by people like Xenon, NBZ, Quando Rin, Phoenix Fire, just a whole bunch of them. Shofu even, just a whole bunch. I'm 18, I live in St. Louis. I just, play Pokemon for fun, and I love it. I've been playing since first gen. I yellow special Pikachu edition. You know, it's just been fun, and I don't care about all this people who are making fun of Pokemon. I love it, and I hope to see you guys on another time. Choppahstoppah out.